What's up, everybody? If you're kind of confused as to what happened, I took the video down. Yes, this is the same topic, same video you would have just watched, but I took it down because there was a fan noise in the background. It's 1,000,000 degrees where I am today, and this is the only room, of course, in my house that doesn't have AC, so it gets very hot, and I didn't even notice the fan noise, but for me, I don't want any distractions, I don't want any background noise, I don't want any fan noise. I redo the video, so there's no fan noise. It's just a personal, it's just something that bothers me. So I want to fix it, put it up, and just redo the video. So here we go. So this, of course, we're back with another Ken Kratz book review. We're going over chapter number 10, The Decision. This chapter is almost exclusively about Brendan Dassey. Now, this is where I'm going over Ken Kratz's book, talking about the things he has said in it, compared to what we learned on Making a Murderer to what we've learned since. And just because I'm reading Ken Kratz's book and stating some of the things that he says does not mean I believe anything Ken Kratz states. Just want to say that at the beginning of every video, but I just want to make sure everyone knows that. This is part 10, The Decision. Ken Kratz starts out by talking about how 10 years later, Brendan Dassey's legal team states there is no legal team in the land that could say Brendan Dassey's statement giving on March 1st was voluntary. You know why? Because it wasn't. If there's anybody in the world that can go watch those interview tapes, those interrogation tapes, and tell me that Brendan wasn't fed everything, I don't know what to say. They are absolutely sickening to watch that investigators thought that this was okay to do to a 16-year-old, a minor that had no lawyer or no parent present. Yes, I believe in the state of Wisconsin, at this particular time, that wasn't illegal, but that doesn't make it right. Just sickening. Ken Kratz talks about how Judge William Duffin agreed with that and said Brendan should be sent home. Ken Kratz states the judge did this because in the judge's mind and in reality, Brendan Dassey was a minor, had a low IQ in the 70s, and was spoken to without a lawyer present, and was reportedly told, "We already know what happened, it will be okay." Those are such small sentences for someone of Brendan's IQ intelligence level, and I don't say that as a negative. He's just not of high intelligence, and it's unfortunate. But to someone that has a low level of intelligence, when you're repeatedly being told it's going to be okay, we already know what happened, we just need to tell you, and we're going to tell you first, and we just need you to repeat it back to us, and then you can go home. Everything's gonna be okay means you're not gonna get in trouble. So of course he's gonna do whatever the investigators, whatever the interviewers, the officers ask of him, because he believes that he can trust these individuals. You're supposed to be able to trust people in law enforcement. Ken Kratz talks about how Brendan Dassey's defense team argued that his intellectual limitations made the tactics they used unfair, that the investigators were telling Brendan the things they wanted to hear. And that is 1,000,000% correct. The investigators, like I just said, were absolutely telling Brendan the things they wanted to hear. They needed a way to get Steven Avery, and this is it. They would never have got Steven Avery without Brendan. And this is how they did it. They fed him the information they needed, they wanted, and they just got him to say it back, and they used it. Judge Duffin cited 24 times that investigators told Dassey that they already knew what happened. Told Brendan Dassey that he had nothing to worry about. As a minor, you want to believe that. As a minor being lied to with no parent or lawyer present. 24 times he was told it's going to be okay. 24 times he was told you don't have anything to worry about. We already know what happened. Everything's going to be fine. 24 times they fed him information they needed to have said back to them so they could frame Stephen Avery for the murder of Teresa Halbach. 24 times. 24 times. Ken Kratz states he has made it a practice not to publicly criticize or second-guess judges. But then he does it anyway. States that Brendan Dassey is too stupid. That's the district attorney, stating that a minor, a 16-year-old, is too stupid. Instead of using the correct terms of low-level intelligence, low IQ, he just comes out and says Brendan Dassey is too stupid. What a guy. He says Brendan Dassey is too stupid to realize he is incriminating himself in a murder, but smart enough to know the statements. We already know you will be okay. Means he won't be charged. Yeah, those are much easier things for a 16-year-old minor to be able to comprehend than understand that he's going to go to jail for a crime he didn't commit and spend the rest of his life behind bars. He's being told everything is okay. He's being lied to. He's being led. These tactics are absolutely ridiculous. In September 2016, Wisconsin Attorney General chose to appeal the decision of Brendan being sent home to the Federal District Court of Appeals. Ken Kratz states that Brendan Dassey didn't take a plea agreement of 15 years because his family told him not to. Ken Kratz states he didn't do it because it would make Stephen Avery look worse, or could it be that he didn't want to spend 15 years, plead guilty to a crime he didn't commit? Because if this trial was done fairly and correctly without corruption, he wouldn't have spent 15 years. He would have spent whatever he was in jail for from 2006 to whenever the trial ended. He would have been out free since then, not having to spend 15 years. But the sad part is, right now, me making this video is 15 years after he was arrested. So he would be out if he took the deal, which is sad. But you can't blame him for not wanting to admit to something he didn't do. It's so sad that that's the situation that this young man was put in at 16 years old. And unfortunately, as we know, the Federal District Court of Appeals overturned the judge's decision to send Brendan home, and he still sits in prison to this day for a crime he didn't commit, for being used as a pawn by the prosecution and Ken Kratz. Just absolutely sickening. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Definitely helps out the channel. I truly appreciate all of the support, all the likes, the subscriptions, the shares, everything, the comments. Let me know what you think of this chapter of Ken Kratz's book. I hope you're all having a great day, and I'll see you again soon.